Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, what's good? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing today? Yo, I see you guys in the chat getting on, showing me the love. Give them a second. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Today we have, let me just tell y'all,
Suffer from leg pain.
the craziest season 7 super secret reveal. And it's happening immediately afterwards, exclusively on Raynday Gaming. And I cannot wait to tell you all about it. I cannot say anything for 9 minutes, but then I can speak about it all. Let me just say, in 9 minutes, your life is gonna change. But of course, first, what we're gonna do is we are gonna watch the brand new trailer for Ascension Season 7 gameplay. And before we do that, guys, again, let me just reiterate how crazy it is about to be. 7 trailer. When we jump into this thing, because I just honestly am not even prepared. I'm not even prepared. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. The streams have been popping off lately. It's been game-changing for me. I'm so blessed and so happy to have the streams around and for you guys to be involved in it. And yeah, all these conversations that I'm seeing on the chat right here, it's going to be conversations that I see before. I want to give a shout out to everyone who's been supporting, not only just being here, which is the biggest support, but clicking subscribe, joining the Rainstorm, liking this or disliking it, letting people know you're here, you had an opinion, it matters, use your voice. And of course, the people who are donating and supporting and becoming a part of the Rainstorm on that official level. Bro, I love this game so much. Can't wait to join your club, bro. I cannot wait to have you as well, man. Oh my gosh, I'm your biggest fan. You can best. Thank you so much, Jim Rieger and Leo Mighty Mouse Gaming for the 5s, brothers. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting the Rainstorm. All right, so I want to know what Raynday more like. I've heard that one before. It's actually one that I've heard quite a bit. Back in my early days, though, it's a little bit of more of like the early start of things. I haven't heard it in a while. What's up, Jim? God bless you, man. God bless you too as well. I think we can all just agree, God bless you, whatever you feel good, bless you. A lot of people are going through a lot. Hey, just sub, my guy. Thank you, Braden. Appreciate it, man. Kelton, you're such a quality dude. Thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Really, really means a lot to me. This week has been crazy with me trying to put this all together. But let me tell you, yesterday, I think I did something that's going to help us out quite a bit on the channel that you guys are going to love. It was not easy for me. I'm leaving town again tonight. I'm going to be gone for 10 days yet again. This was the first 5-6 day stint I believe I had in my house here in San Diego in the last like 3 months. And so it's been incredible. I think we've done some cool things, and we're going to continue to do it, by the way. 800 viewers. What's up, everybody? You guys ready for this? Because it's about to go down. Happy Friday, Raynday. What's up, PJ? How you doing? Ragnarok. What's up, dude? Just subscribe. Appreciate that, man. Drax Black, what's going on, man? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Everybody got their coffee. Listen, one thing I'm thinking is everybody got their coffee, their tea, their water. You guys ready to watch this thing? You ready to get pumped up? I'm excited. I'm ready. Let me just tell you, I'm ready. What happened to your Twitch? I think YouTube is the place, man. I mean, I think the impact of YouTube is even better and more potential. And I think it all relates, right? Yo, Civexel with the 5. Thank you so much. Polly George as well with the 5. I'm about to dump my whole life into this game. Yo, yes, I think you are. I actually think you are, Polly. Let me just say. We'll get into more of that as well as Civexel. I really like the what is that? A dancing bird? That is sick. Thank you guys for supporting the storm. I really appreciate it. I got a taco. I asked if he had coffee. My man said he has a taco. Hunter, thanks for the 2 again, brother. When we squadding up, yeah, we should definitely do some viewer games, man. Definitely get those in once season 7 pops off. Do some cool challenges, things like that. I'm about it. You got your Doritos. Okay, tacos or Doritos. I don't mind that. Oh, let's go. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. First member of the stream officially joining the Rainstorm on the live stream side. Ken Freddy Ken, I see your interactions on Twitter, man. I appreciate the positivity you bring. You know, you guys who tweet at me, who follow the Twitter, who get, I understand. I see you. You know, so I appreciate it, Ken. Remember it, and really glad you joined the storm. Thank you so much for joining the storm. You get the emotes, you get the special green badge of royalty in the chat and everything, and all the perks that come with being a part of the storm. Thank you, Ben. Get those emotes, boy. And the badge, too. Uh-oh, we broke 1,000 viewers. Let's go, guys. 1,000 viewers in 5 minutes. Let's do it. I love it. Look at this, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Anthem, what's up, brother? Thank you for the donut. I appreciate you, man. The hype is on. Absolutely. Uh-oh, Jesse. Welcome, Jesse, to the storm. Thank you so much for becoming our second member of the stream so far. We got Polly George jumping in. Oh, we got Tevin Cooper. We got 3 members right away. Back to back to back. Oh, my God. We got the dynasty of members coming through. Guys, thank you so much for jumping in. You all get the Rainstorm emotes, the green badges of royalties in chat. And I really want to appreciate you joining and supporting the storm. Leo Mighty Mouse Gaming right behind him as well. Thank you, man, for joining the storm. I appreciate you. You get the emotes. You get the green badge of royalty in the chat. And all the perks come along with it. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, Rain, what do you think of the next legend being an African? Is that okay? I would be down with anything. I actually feel like the one, you know, thing Apex does is they kind of always hit it with diversity. So I'm really cool. I'm really cool with it. You know what I mean? In all forms in fashion. I think anybody coming through is gonna be great. You know what I mean? Oh, we got some conversations here. 3 minutes. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. What are we thinking about all this? What are we thinking about all this so far? What do you think the next? Okay, you heard that. I heard that one. I'm here. Finally, I'm not late. Let's go, Prince. I love it, man. I know these are early, right, guys? These are a little early. Should we put, yo, Jason Miranda, hold on. Wait a second, guys. Got to show some love here for the 30 bomb. Jason with the big dono. I finally get to catch you live. What's going to be the name of your clan so I can join? That's so true. I love that, man. The clan is going to be Rainstorm. I've already had a clan in a game called Smite. It's an amazing experience. I want to get people who are excited and lively and interested in Apex and want to support one another in it. And, you know, it seems like you're definitely supporting the Rainstorm already, man. So I hope that works out for you. I hope we can get you in there. Jason, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate the 30 bomb. Big love for Jason, man. Yeah, these are early. You know what I'm saying? They're a little earlier. They're a little late. But I like it better than the 10 a.m. because I actually have a rehearsal at 10 a.m. I have a show today at 10 a.m., which sucks. Not sucks, but it's just like all this stuff is going on with Apex, and I have like to manage a lot of other things in the afternoon. Then I have to leave town tonight, so it's just a lot. But we're gonna make it through. First of all, we got Dog Matt as well as a new member. Yo, Dog Matt, thank you so much for joining the Rainstorm. Welcome to the storm. You get the badges, the emotes, and of course the green badge of royalty in chat and all the perks that come along with it. Thank you, man, for your support, as well as look at this, Crewdam. Thanks for the 5, man. I convinced my management team at my lab to let me have a paid day off last minute for Tuesday's launch. I'm excited to return to Apex. Wow. So is this last Tuesday's launch trailer or this upcoming? No, because it's not going to launch on the Tuesday, is it? It's going to launch on the because the Tuesday's election day. So it's gonna launch on the Wednesday. Got it. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, man. Well, that's really cool that you did that last Tuesday. I mean, it was a great trailer, I think. Out of town, will I be able to play the update? Yes, I'm taking all my gear. One of the issues is that when I take my gear, when I go out of town, and it's not like out of town, it's more of like San Diego, LA, but it's like hours away. It's like I have to stay at a different location. I can't be back and forth. I have to stay in a different, place. And so, yeah, I take my gear with me. Part of what makes it a little bit of a hassle, it's like I don't have a setup there. I just have to keep dragging and unplugging and replugging and, a whole setup, guys. You know what I'm saying? By the way, 1,500 viewers so far. 6 new members. Want to give a shout out to everyone who's donated, but especially people who are supporting from the member side. I love the idea of members coming through, the subscribers, the big supporters, and all the donations. You guys have been super generous. Ken, Jesse, Paulie, Tevin, and I believe we had, who was that? I think that might have been the first one. Then we had the Dog Mat as well, and Leo Mighty Mouse Gaming. Thank you guys so much for everything. All right, we ready to go here. And now I'm seeing a lot more green names in chat. This is what I'm liking to see. Hunter as well on the member side of things. All right, guys, are we ready? Who's hype? I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. My music's fading down. We're throwing their music up. Now, let me tell you this. The embargo is off. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just make a reminder here. It is now 8:01, and I am officially allowed to tell you all that I have played Apex Legends Season 7 for over 8 hours. I have spent time on the game that you will be playing. I have impressions. I have details. I could talk about everything. I could tell you what it looks like, what buffs got, what happened. I could give you a little version of the patch notes and the talk and who's there and what's ground loot and what's not. I'm going to tell you guys all of that. But first, we're going to react to the Apex Legends Season 7 Ascension gameplay trailer. And for the rest of it, not only are we going to be talking about the trailer, we're then going to be going into my experience, giving you guys an overview of everything you need to know for Season 7, because I've played it. And it's going to stay up as either a single video like that, or this whole stream will stay up so that people can know exactly what's going on in Season 7. I am super excited. That is my super secret info. And I know you guys are excited about that. All right, let's get it. Oh, snap, baby.
Let's have a wee play with the laws of physics, shall we?
Yeah, let's just do that. That's better. Oh, let's go, mama. Let's go, mama. Oh, man.
Olympus. This gravity-defying utopia was my home. But time, it can take away the things you love. Too slow on the draw. And Olympus was no exception.
It all ends the same.
Sorry, fam.
It is now host to a new experiment.
There you go.
One that poses a complex problem to solve.
Here I go.
But you know the thing about science is,
Sorry, friend.
sometimes she can be a wee bit violent.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, it's showtime.
Look at that Octane skin. Oh, man, this race skin, though, it's about to go hard.
To failure.
My squad's gonna beat up your squad.
I expect the results of this will be utterly
Oh,
delightful.
there's the tridents, fam.
Mates,
There's the tridents.
let's ride for a spin.
I love these things, amigos.
Say hello to Sheila, mates.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Rockstar. They say time heals all
There's the ult.
wounds.
There's the ult.
Let's put that theory to the test. In your team. I made a promise.
This race
I
skin looking
intend on
nice.
keeping it.
Oh, yo, okay, let's go one more, because I gave you, you know what? Hold up. That's just fire right there. Hold on. We gotta hit that from the start one more time. Yo, let me see the chat real quick. Let's look at the chat. How are they responding? Hype, so beautiful. Wow, pog, great. Everybody loves a race skin. Okay, all right, drive by. Where's the finisher? Okay, all right. I cannot wait to break this down for you guys. Hey, Raynday, just starting out. Was wondering where's a good place to start. I started my YouTube 3 days ago. Any programs or anything stuff you recommend? Any tips help? Tragic
Let's
Cheese.
have a wee play with
Appreciate
the
you, bro.
laws of physics, shall we?
Let me answer that question right after this. Thank you for the 10. But I suggest the Adobe Suite. It's everything I use. Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, but I didn't start out that way. So I'll tell you what I started out doing when I was making my videos for the first time. Thank you for the 10, man. Let's go.
Olympus. This gravity-defying
Let's go.
utopia was my home.
Come on.
But But time.
We played season 7, ladies and gentlemen.
Too slow on the draw.
I'm about to tell you about it.
No exception.
It all ends the same way.
It is now host to a new experiment.
I got notes
One that poses a complex problem to solve.
on an iPad.
You know the thing about science is,
Sorry, friend.
sometimes she can be a wee bit
Come on.
violent.
Come on.
Oh, it's showtime.
By the way,
Pick a fight.
Horizon has to be one of the coolest.
Every choice you
Like, look at how lush and beautiful this is, guys.
to failure.
Clubs. Look at that. You see the banners, the squads. The vault looking nice and crispy. Oh, 3,000 viewers. Let's go.
I expect the results of this will be utterly delightful.
Bro, there's no way that person hits that triple take shot, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome if you're coming from the Apex stream or whether you're coming from another stream or another, you're watching your own personal way. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're going to be breaking this down, letting you know exactly what this all means in order. I have played Season 7. I've spent over 12 hours in the game so far. I am now allowed to talk about it, and that's what we're going to talk about for the next part of the stream. So make sure to stay and settle in.
I made a
Enjoy.
promise. I
And
intend
questions
on
are always welcome. Okay, all right. Wow. Well, there's just so much to unpack there. First of all, let me just quickly welcome everybody again who's jumped in. This stream is very, very important because what we're going to do is not only we'll use this as a basis to talk about some things to give you guys a visual, because I cannot show you any of the gameplay that I've recorded for Apex Legends Season 7, but I have recorded, like I said, probably about 8 hours worth of Apex Legends Season 7 Ascension gameplay, and I also have spent even longer than that playing the game. I have won games in Season 7, I've lost games, I've used all the weapons, I've used the combos, I have info on the abilities, the legends, the meta shakeups, the map, and so we're gonna get into that. And so I just wanted to let you guys know this is about to be hype. Welcome everybody who's coming through. I want to talk about all of these things in more of a, let's put it this way. I want to give you guys maybe a little bit more of a, let me just say that it should be something that's a little bit more coordinated. So I don't want to just necessarily walk through all this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll walk through the trailer specifically and kind of point out areas, and then we'll definitely hit the trident at first. And then I think we'll start talking about the map. So I think this will lead me into the map. And then if there's anything else that comes up really ridiculous that is really important, or you guys, have a question about it, we'll definitely go ahead and do that. All right. Sounds good. All right. So let's jump into the first part of this. Okay, beautiful. So this is Apex Legends Season 7. It really does look like this. This is truly where an area called hydroponics, which is in the corner of the map. As you can see, it's kind of like this biology biodome area, and what it does is it creates this kind of leveled field. You can see these remind me of artillery base, these kind of little openings, but inside there's actually a full biology lab. There's live plants growing, almost as if this was something that you sent to Mars. Like, if you ever watched that Matt Damon movie where he goes to Mars and he has to figure out how to talk about live by himself. This is basically it. And so this is one of the cool things I think that is great about this map. It has a lot of areas with a lot of personality. This ring also represents a trident, and these zones, you could see Bonsai Plaza over there, which we'll talk about. This is the phaser where you actually jump in through it, and it will take you through this like you're going through a wraith portal to a middle section, and then you can jump in the other side to go to another part, or you can go back in. It's a way to travel around the map very quickly, and it's a very cool addition. And I'm very excited to show you guys some more of that. I've had some insane gameplay with that, to be honest. And this is one of the back sides where you'll find people can enter into the phaser. You see the portal right there. So it's really cool. By the way, cut a couple donos. Yo, King, can you talk more about Raynday Club? I will talk a little bit more about Raynday Club. And Hunter, thanks for the 2. This is insane. It is insane.
Let's have a wee play.
Horizon, obviously, I'm going to spend some time talking about all of Horizon's abilities, and I'm going to try to maybe show them to you guys from just the way that it looks, because they have different impacts. You can obviously tell her ultimate is what it is, but we're going to get into her as well, so make sure to watch to the end. See, they just went through the phaser. That's exactly what it looks like. That is Horizon's tactical, as you do know, as everybody knows now. This is coming from, I guess, directly outside. Oh, no, so this is a place called Grow Tower. So there's an area, there's the phaser we were talking about. On the other side, this is the center part of the map. It's called Trident, and there's going to be these little towers where you can run up circular pathway and fight on different ledges of them and kind of hold high ground. And also, if you're, audacious enough, throw an Octane jump pad around and jump into it. It's sick. They're really cool. And so this is the Rift. So this is inside. You guys see that portal that when we jump into the Horizon video at the end, and when you look at the map looking down, there's that huge ball. That is what they call on this map the Rift. You're the one and only guy for everything and anything Apex. Yo, LMD Blitz, I appreciate that. I love it. I'll take the tag. I didn't say it, guys, but he did. Thank you so much. So, all right, this is the Rift. And inside the Rift, there are two huge components to this part of the map. One, this is where you can visually have just the only experience that's dark on the map. Everywhere on the map in Olympus is bright, it's beautiful, it's luscious, it's green, and it's big. When I say big, I feel like it's bigger than World's Edge. I feel like it's actually quite a bit bigger than World's Edge, but it might just be the dimensions or the open space, the amount of place I have to travel before I'm at a location to another location. But if you don't take a Trident around, you really cannot access quite a bit of the map. And I think that's because the map is a lot bigger. I think there is more spacious kind of open areas, and then there's the building or there's the location. It's got that clean, modern feel, which means there's not a lot of clutter, not a lot of stuff in between. There aren't as many little towns. There's more isolated thing, grass, beautiful hill, valley into the next area. And this is one of the only areas that is dark. And this is technically a rift. And behind her is a unique thing. Now, what happens in this is there's this little staircase all around her. It's hard to visualize. There are she's in the middle of a sunken place. And on the outside, there are buildings. Those buildings are where you loot in this area. But in the middle, you walk down this hill and there's just nothing there. And except this portal and this black floating ball. Now, that if you run into the black floating ball, you will get literally sucked up and transported to one of those phaser areas that I talked about. You'll literally go into a phaser and come out. And so I've had some games where I literally would be like, oh, what is this? And it sucked me. I went out. There's a team right out where I'm standing. I shoot them. I'm like, no, I jump back in. And if you jump back into the phaser, you will redeploy like you're taking a balloon in this area. So you won't go back into the circle, and you'll just redeploy and you can kind of go to safety. It's a really awesome place. It's probably some of the most fun I had playing yesterday.
Olympus.
And see, you can see this from the bigger area. Just to give you guys a little overview, like I said, this is just such a cool area. Here's the phaser. This is Trident. It's the center. I think this is an electric area. This is docks, which actually extends quite a bit. They have this far outer ring. This is Carrier. So these are really more barren industrial areas of the map. This is Bonsai Plaza, and this is the Oasis. Now, one of these locations, and it's either Bonsai Plaza or the Oasis, and I think it's Bonsai Plaza, that Loba's parents died. This is actually one of these, I believe, are the towers that Loba's parents died, where, Revenant pushed them off, and she's crying at the bottom of that high tower where they were having dinner after he attacks them. That's one of them. That's the hydroponics area. You guys remember talking about that at the very beginning? That's hydroponics. And this is the cannon you saw in the beginning of that trailer, where it's they're trying to come in and then the cannon shoots them away of the launch trailer. This is that area right there. Just a better look. Here are the towers I was talking about. Here's the sunken area.
This gravity-defying
and
utopia
we're talking about the
my
map.
home.
Soon we'll be talking about tridents and the weapons, because there's a lot of really cool things
Take away the things
that
you
have
love.
happened there.
Too slow on the draw.
Too slow on the draw, pal.
No exception.
It all ends the same way.
This is
It's
inside
now close
Trident,
to a new experiment.
which is the center. This is a place called Estates. So this is literally see what they do, which is really cool, is they're acting like this is a true area that like people were living back in the day. They were essentially like, okay, this is where in like a Black Mirror episode, you'd find the futuristic society of people living. These are all like little houses that are estates, and you can loot on the outside. There's these trees that are covered, and then there's just nothing around them. And you see like, look, the advertisements. One of the cool things about this is like there's advertisements all over here. So you really feel like you're in like some sci-fi futuristic, you know, society that would be like advertising their little like bunker house that's supposed to be like really cool and modern, but it's just like a bed and some wood. It's not, you know, nothing excited about.
Here I go.
But you know the thing about science.
Ooh, that was nice.
Sorry, friend.
Sometimes she can be a wee bit violent.
And like I said, for those just checking in, ladies and gentlemen, I have played Season 7. We're going over everything that I know. We are starting off with this trailer, everything I can point out here. Then we're going to get into the stuff that's not in the trailer, from weapons to Horizon to the legend buffs, some of the weapon changes, and some of the just stories and early experiences that I've had, because there are plenty for this, and get you guys ready for Season 7. Gameplay I can show you starting November 2nd, I believe. November 2nd is the embargo date for that. So I'll be able to show you gameplay a full 2 days ahead of the season. So make sure to subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it, because that's when the real gameplay will be out. This race skin, a lot of the anybody who was killing me all day in the playtest was wearing this skin. So I think this is going to be the go-to kind of like try hard race skin. By the way, you guys see that one? Ooh wee. Let me just say, everyone wants to know, the R99 is back. It has been replaced with the Prowler, which is now in the care package. I will get into it. It is insane. I've used it. It's ridiculous. R99 is ground loot. Let me just answer that question.
Every choice you made led to failure.
My squad's gonna be.
Clubs are amazing. Do you guys want me to talk about clubs now, or should we just, I feel like what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this, and I'm just going to write a little bit about clubs so you guys know that we'll be getting into it. But I'll talk about that probably after the Trident.
Squad.
So this is inside those two buildings. This is basically the Oasis Cafe. This is a place you'll probably see some fights, because you see Oasis Cafe. In the map, actually, Oasis is kind of a nice little hot zone, but in this area, this is Oasis. This is where you'll be, these towers. And in the bottom part, you walk into the front, but there's actually, this is the basement, and that's where most of the good loot is. You'll probably see some fights happening right there. Yes, it's there, guys.
I expect the results of this will be utterly delightful.
Okay, Tridents, baby.
We're taking this ride for a spin.
I love these things, amigos.
Say hello to Sheila, mates. Fling it out, Rockstar.
So that's all pretty true. Again, we're going to talk about Tridents, but like this is pretty true. You can jump off the map. There are a lot of areas around the map that you actually can fall. And what happens is when you're falling, you will die. It's actually pretty scary. They've intentionally gone through and created like rails for people to not fall, because of this open space and the clean look. It is actually, in their playtest, they've experienced people actually falling quite a bit. And so they're trying to make that experience. But one of the other things, the positives, is that this is a real ramp. There are ramps around the map that when you're driving the Trident, you could hit like a boost and like 360 and hit a no scope if somebody on your team could hit. Like, it's legit. Like, you could hit some sick moves. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say. You get some sick moves. The PK is not ground loot. The PK is still in the care package. It is the PK, it is the Prowler, it is the Kraber. All right, and you guys all know that is Horizon's. This is Horizon's ult, and this is one of her finishers.
I intend on keeping it.
Probably the coolest finisher that she has. Okay, guys, so let's break it down initially. Let's talk about tridents. Tridents are really, really cool. Because I know a lot of you guys are very interested in, you know, what are these new vehicles? And I think actually when it comes to vehicles, this might be the biggest part of Apex Legends and this season. I think vehicles actually, to me, make it feel that much more different. Let me talk to you. The ability for vehicles is to allow players. I mentioned this earlier, one of the best things to happen. And I think that it allows players to, one, rotate. So if you are looking to get to areas of the map you would normally not be able to get, if you don't have loot, if you land in an obscure place just to be safe. So if you're more of a safe style of player, these vehicles are going to be huge for you because it's going to allow you to loot up where you are. Say you're in docks, say you're in carrier. These are some of the most isolated places in the map. And so when you're there, you know, when you're in these areas of the map, it's going to feel like, you know, you have a long way to go to get involved. Say you're at docks, right? Every one of these major areas is going to have a trident. And so I believe there's going to be 15 tridents. I believe there's 15 POIs. And you're going to be able to take that and really traverse the map in a very quick way. It also means I've had fights and moments where people were on tridents and they were trying to, you know, get away from me, and I was just shooting them because, you know what, that's literally a part of how it is. Let's talk about how the trident takes damage and how you take damage. Then we'll talk about the combos for the trident. Sorry, right before I get into that, obviously rotations, but the second thing is that people can have fun on these. I mean, literally, guys, you know, this is a video game. We want to have fun. This is legit, very fun. I think you guys are going to have fun just driving this. So if you're boy and you want to play some games and you don't want to take it too seriously and you want to make some funny games, you both want to grab tridents and just roll around, or, you know, you all want to hop on a trident and just see what's up, get into fights right away, you're bored, this is a game changer, especially if your friend is a good driver, good decision maker. He's just not a good aimer. So he could drive you around, let you drop off, engage the fight. He could be sniping from the back. And then when you're ready to go, he's like the pickup guy, you know, from the robbery. I think this is going to be crazy. There are no jump towers, but there are some versions of redeploy, like I mentioned. Secondly, there are these races. There are tracks. This is a track, and it will tell you where you're going. You're going to the gardens. You're going to Golden. It will tell you like a freeway. It's abandoned, but you can take your hover cars there, and it's on the outskirts of the map. One big one major one goes outside of Bonsai Plaza, which is one of the biggest areas of the map. Just to speak a little bit about that as well, because I will get into some like highlights of the map after we talk about tridents. The other thing that is true is this. The tridents were designed to be really fun with all the legends. So you could throw, and I've done this, you could throw caustic barrels onto a trident, multiple of them, and they will stick on, and you can like run your trident into a group of people and the barrels will explode. It'll be like this cover, defense, offensive, like kind of bomb that you throw into them, hop out, then start firing them. It's a sick combo. But it's not just that. You could throw Gibraltar's dome shield on the trident. So you could actually throw his dome shield on the trident if you're in a tough spot, and then literally all get in the car, drive away, and the dome shield will protect you while you're driving away. You can also put on, and you can see right here, you put the dome shield on. You can also put on Sheila, which is Rampart's gun, and you could drive around. Probably the best use of Sheila like that can exist, right? Tara, the mechanical version of the driving is probably some of the most fun about it because it's so effective in making you just intuitively know. The only thing that I would say as a mouse and keyboard player is spacebar. It ejects you, and sometimes I think like there are areas I want to jump with the car, so I'll press spacebar and I'll just get out. That's the one thing I just kept happening over and over again to me. But overall, they're black. They're so fun to drive. Now, what you'll notice is when she throws that, there's damage to everybody. And when you're running through fences, when you throw arc stars, when you shoot people and you actually, shoot the car takes a percentage of the damage done to the car and applies it to everybody there. So say I am shooting a bullet at, that's 30 damage each, right? I don't know what bullet that is. It have to be like a G7 Scout. Maybe everyone on the car is getting 5-6 damage to them. Now the car has no damage, right? But the damage is going to end up going to the players who are on it. by shooting the car. And so they'll eventually have to get out. So if you guys want to just shoot the car, or you have Sheila and you're shooting a car that's running, you will be able to significantly hurt them. So just, you don't have to have this perfect aim. Now, if you want to have perfect aim and you actually want to shoot people on the car, you will shoot them. You could actually headshot a person on the car and they'll be dead, and they'll fall off. They'll stop driving, and essentially they will be gone, and you'll essentially have won the fight. So there's two ways to go about it. You can shoot the car for the overall damage, or you can shoot people on the car. It's a little bit trickier, but you could do some serious damage. Reversely, if you are on this and you're this person here, you could have some awesome moments. I've actually I've cracked people. Like, my dude was driving. I had this one game that I actually ended up winning. My dude jumps in, he goes to the right, we're looking for people. I see somebody, I'm on the right side. I take my Volt, I'm like, brrr, and I cracked him. I'm like, yo, get up. Like, I jumped off right away. And we ended up pushing that guy and won the fight. And it was just out of nowhere. He wasn't expecting it. But those are some of the valuable things. You have pretty decent aim while on these bad boys. Snipers are going to be tough. But if you have like SMGs, you're going to be able to do a lot. The PK is in the care package, guys. It's in the care package. It is exactly where it was. Now, for everyone jumping in again, where's this info? I have played Season 7. I have played Season 7. This is a breakdown for those who want to check out Season 7. I am giving you all the information on it as I can. I cannot release any of the footage, but I've played it for over 12 hours myself, played it over 8 hours as well this week, and I'm giving you real impressions of how I like the season that are not just me making this up. So for those just checking in, I will be releasing the footage on November 2nd, so make sure to subscribe and keep it locked. All right, that's it about Tridents. I honestly think they're an amazing addition. I want to talk about weapons. There is a new hop-up. Let's talk about weapons, because you guys keep talking about the PK. The PK is exactly where it is. The PK has been where it's been. The weapons are... You know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this music on. There's a new hop-up, ladies and gentlemen. And then after we get into the weapons, obviously we're going to get into... We're going to get into the legend, and we're going to get into clubs. There's a whole new article that's been written about clubs. So let's talk about the weapons. There's a new hop-up for the Wingman and for the RE45. It is called... It is called something with a G. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's called something with a G. Now, the hop-up allows you to do 3 things. And it's actually kind of goated a little bit. The Skull Piercer is still in town. So the Wingman now has 2 hop-ups for this season. The Skull Piercer, as well as this secondary hop-up that applies to not it, but also the RE45. It increases your aim down sight speed. So you will be able to aim down your sights faster. It also increases your hip fire accuracy. So if you want to run and gun, get up in somebody's face, you will be much more accurate and effective. Trust me, it really closes the spread. So instead of shooting like this, you'll shoot like this. Instead of like this, it'll be like this. And you'll be able to control that spread so much easier. You'll be hitting a lot more shots. Thirdly, it increases your swap speed. So you're going to have the ability to boom, get to your next weapon, or get to that one much faster than you would. It's a pretty sick hop up, by the way. And I just want to say, getting paid again in a few days, so I figure I'd drop in a dono since I can't pay sub on mobile. Yo, Kai, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you for the 5, Kai. Show some love as well. Thank you to all the 6 new members as well for the stream, guys. I'm really, really blessed. We hit over 5K concurrents again. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see how high we can climb. Let's see. We're talking about Season 7, so why not? Okay, so that's the hop up for that. A couple of other notables. There have been some changes. It seems like to me, like, we didn't get patch notes, so we had to, like, describe all these things ourselves. The R301 seems like it's in the very same place it was. The R99 is back. And it feels really good to have it back. Obviously, the Prowler has been kicked to the care package, and the R99 just feels exactly like it was before. It's just a beautiful weapon. You're going to have a ton of fun with it. I have to double check to make sure there's not like one bullet changed, or, you know, an early part of the magazine or starting mag, or, you know, I don't know, but it feels almost exactly the same. Now, the Prowler, on the other hand, my goodness gracious, that thing feels crazy. Inigo, all right, thank you for the $2, man. The Prowler is in the care package now, and they give it 35 ammo to start, and then they also give it 175 ammo in the magazine for you to, not the magazine, but in the, you know, essentially for you to carry. and it means that you've got a lot of shots onto it. If for me, the burst comes out like a truck, and it might just be me, but I guarantee that they've decreased the difficulty in maneuvering the weapon. It feels like the hip fire is less recoil. It feels like the aim down sights is less recoil. The burst fire, even from range, was hurting. I heard somebody was hitting some crazy 1v3s, talking about the Prowler being busted. We'll see if it's actually busted. I know that this gun, from playing it, is nuts, and I actually think the burst fire, because it's so accurate and the recoil is so decreased because it's in the care package, is probably going to be the way to go if you really want high DPS. Now, if you want consistent damage, automatic is about as good as it gets as well. There's going to be no weapon in the game that outtrades it. If you find the Prowler, pick it up. There's going to be nothing, guys. Not a Hemlock on a good... There's going to be nothing that outtrades this bad boy and gives you the rhythm for it. So check the Prowler out. The Wingman felt good. Again, I actually really liked the RE45 actually more. Surprisingly, it feels like the RE45 is a viable weapon now. I had a game with about 8-9 kills on it, and that was few and far between because we had some interesting drama with these lobbies a little bit, and I kind of want to give you a little bit of that information because it is important, I think, just in general feedback, because I know people at EA and Respawn sometimes watch these videos, but I think it's just a good thing to get out there and just preface my footage. I think that the RE45 is actually a pretty beastly weapon, so stay tuned for that. I have recorded some videos that are going to give you guys all the weapon details you need, but I also really just wanted to make sure that you guys know the RE45 has that new hop-up. So that's pretty much the only hop-up addition. There's a new change to the Sentinel. Not a lot of people realize. The Sentinel, what they've done is they've actually taken away that shield charge aspect to destroying all your shields. What it does now is it just is a buff to the damage that you do. So you throw your 2 shield cells in, and instead of doing 70 damage a shot, you're going to do 88. And instead of doing 140 a headshot, you're going to do 176. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, I think one of the things is, like, you're going to notice the high-end value of that with the headshot, because 176, I mean, that's going to take somebody out. That's just going to take somebody out of the fight right there. But the body shots, 88. The only difference is that it felt like, I mean, I missed because there's so many Evo shields now. I did miss that extra 40 damage I would have gotten on just a regular charged shot. But on the backside, if I hit a headshot, it's going to be more than worth it at any point in time. So you're kind of giving up that guaranteed shield break. You're making the weapon a little bit stronger. So it's actually pretty decent. The Sentinel is going to be interesting. All right, Hunter, we're going to talk about legend buffs in just a second, my brother. Yo, the Concise King, thank you for the 2 as well, bro. I appreciate you. So yeah, so a little bit like a baby Kraber if you hit that. The L-Star, I was messing around in the training range. For some reason, I feel like the L-Star got a little something. The reason I said that is because when I was shooting, I don't remember it having the ability to cool down as fast as it does. So in the patch notes, again, we don't have them, but my experience is that I wouldn't be surprised if there's something about the L-Star and the lack of the increased cooldown that it has. So pretty much going right while that meter is filling, because you can only fire it for so long before it overheats. When that bar is at overheat and going back down to where you now have, like, starting at 0, for me, I was like, and it would go like that. I'm like, dang, has it always been that fast? I'm like, I could just keep shooting. Like, if I had 300 ammo right now, this would be really deadly. So I'm trying to figure out if maybe that's one of their changes to the L-Star. It could be. It felt pretty good. It was still, I think, overheating at about 26 shots, maybe. I'm trying to remember the number. It was 22. You know, so anyways, but I do believe that it's going down. It's not that bad, but that's literally how I felt like. I feel like it got that little bit of a buff. The other gun that I think has a buff, how much damage does the flatline do? Per shot. This has got to be old, right? That's an old one. All right, what is the current damage of the flatline? Okay. All right. So I actually think the flatline got a little buff. And one of the things that I feel like is the general DPS of the weapon got better. I feel like the flatline, not from a bullet perspective, but actually just from a quick fire perspective, got better. I feel like the bullets come out faster. Now, that just may be me. May not have played with the flatline for a while. Still the same, I think 1938, but it did feel, it felt like the bullets came out a little faster. That was just something that I was interested in. If that's true, then I think we're going to have some really, like, I don't know, it's just going to be a quality weapon meta. I had fun with the Volt. It was a fantastic weapon. Like I said, the R301, the RE45, alternator looks good. Doesn't seem like much changes. The PK is still in the care package. The triple take looks good. The Sentinel is really the sniper that changed the most. There's not much else besides that so far from what I've seen. Obviously, they added the hop up, but that I think is going to be the majority of the surprising weapon changes. There was nothing else that went, oh my god, wow. Now let's get to the legends. There's not as many legend buffs that, again, are surprising as well. I think they're going to be small quality of life things that you'll see. Remember, there's a new map, new tridents, all these things that are going to be crazy that everyone's going to be experiencing. So, you know, if you changed all the legends right away, I feel like that'd be a little rough as well. One of the big things that did get changed is Loba, though. Loba, I heard, got this. Now, I don't have the confirmation, but I heard, and the designer did say that they did this intentionally, that you can get infinite ammo, or essentially infinite ammo. Like, you'll never not have to go find ammo from Loba ults. And this was a buff that was intentional for them. So what's interesting is that if that's really the case, Loba ult, you know, gained something that was kind of annoying about it, which was, you know, 20, 30, you know, ammo. They tried to limit that. I think Loba is actually going to be able to get, and maybe her teammates too, pretty much as much ammo as you'll need from that ult, which is pretty interesting. So I remember, you know, Candy Roo was like, is this for real? Is this a glitch? And the designer had said, no, this is intended as a buff. So we'll see. I didn't play it, which is why I don't like talking too much, but I remember that conversation happening. So we'll see. The other thing that happened is that I do feel that this might have just been a buff that's earlier, but her overall, like, black market boutique is actually quite fast. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to happen within the first like 30 seconds of a game or something, but I mean, it's fast. So I feel like Loba's getting some love. So if you're a Loba main, be happy. Like I've mentioned before, the R99 is in the floor. It is on the floor. It is like back to another season. The Battle Pass skins are great. The Battle Pass skins are really cool. I didn't unlock any of them. This Loba one was what every single person was using. Wraith one. There's also an Octane one that's pretty cool. You'll see right there. This is one that was pretty sick. I would say, like I said again, this Loba one is Wraith. I don't know why. She looks like Loba to me in this outfit. I don't know what it is, but this Wraith one is really where everybody's, you know, hype. They were hype at this one. She starts at 50% charge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I haven't played Loba in a bit, so that's one of those buffs. It just was like, damn. I mean, she's a good quality of life. Like, I really did enjoy how Loba was playing. Overall, I played Wraith. She looked fine. I played Bloodhound. No significant changes. One of the things I didn't test was whether the amount of scans can be scanned the same amount during your ultimate as before. I know that they had nerfed that earlier. I don't know if they've nerfed that again. I have my eye on Bloodhound probably receiving a few nerfs, but Bloodhound felt just as good, maybe even better than before. I also say that Horizon, we're going to talk about her the most right now. I played Lifeline, seemed fine. Caustic seemed fine. Normal. Pathfinder, still the same, like grapple too long, and then you get a longer, you know, nerf to your cooldown. I wasn't really too excited about that. Still has low profile. All these little all these things that you would expect. So anyways, that stayed the same. It seems like they've kept it pretty light on huge shifts to legends, except they were giving them a certain buff. Now, I'll say I want to talk about two general impressions after Horizon. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. We're actually almost to the end and the good stuff, so it's pretty cool. So I want to talk about Horizon. Boy, oh boy. I had some question marks about Horizon. I really did. I was wondering how viable she was going to be. My initial thoughts around her was that her tactical was a bit too slow. It made me a little more vulnerable than I wanted. It wasn't good offensively. And her ultimate, I mean, where's the value? Like, it's hard to find value. Now, I think I've shifted my thoughts, and I think I really like Horizon now. And I think I'm really excited for her to come out in this new season. And so let me break down kind of the experience that I've had with her. Horizon, first of all, is, like you think, a very smart legend. So she's going to use these things like that gravity surge tactically. And it's going to help her when you're playing smarter with a legend like this. Her Q, which raises it up into the air, goes quite high. In fact, if you compare the height, let me put it this way. If you're in the training range, and maybe that's not a good thing, but say you're about to go to the top of a tower in Capital City, there's no way it's not going to get you up there, which is crazy. If you're in the training range, you can actually throw it down, and it will take you all the way up to the rope that you zip line across the map on. That's how high you'll go. You won't even have to do anything. You just from the bottom where the guns are all the way up to the rope, and you can just jump and start ziplining on the rope. That's how high it actually takes you in game. And one of her cool things about this is that she could throw it and, deploy enemies up there as well. After a certain amount of time, you'll just stay at the top and hover, and it will kick you off in a certain direction. But you can also slide over it. It'll kind of start lifting you, and then you can jump out of it, and that kick will then apply to that direction. You can jump in, jump backwards, and so there's some cool little ways to maneuver people and maneuver around enemies and kind of set them up, especially like, okay, you can't chase me unless you take my gravital, I forget what it's called, guys, I apologize, but let's just say the gravity surge. And so she's setting them up in a really nice way to be able to have an easy shot knowing where they're going to approach from. She's got a passive that really plays into this. Her passive is like light-footed or something. And what her passive does is 3 things, and actually I think it's 2 things. One, it gives her increased air control. So when she's in this, you can actually like shift back and forth, and when you're falling, you have more air control than other legends. The other thing that she gets is she gets no penalty, or like almost a significantly no penalty when she lands on the ground. So Horizon, every legend, when they fall from a high distance, when they fall off of anything, when they land, they take a little thing, the camera exaggerates that, and then it goes back up. Makes it hard to start that fight right away. Horizon keeps her momentum and essentially lands right away ready to fight, so you don't even feel it. So essentially, if you're coming from high areas or people are chasing you, you're going up, you're going down, she's going to have that first look on you, and it actually makes a really big difference. You may not think that that's a powerful passive, but it is a very, very powerful passive for her specifically. One of the other cool things to note about this is that while you're in midair and you're like jumping and off a zipline and something like that, a lot of your weapons will not have good accuracy. You'll have some like reduced accuracy while you're midair. In Horizon's tactical though, you don't count as if you're like technically the same value of being midair. And so you can literally, I've had moments where I've stood at the top of this floating in midair with my sniper, and I'm literally sniping someone pin blank with like a Kraber or something across the map. It's possible. It really is. And you have enough accuracy to do it. It feels like you're just standing on, a platform, but really high up. And it's not too vulnerable. It's a really fun tactical. I think you guys are going to like it. I know it sounds useless to some people who are looking for something very exciting, but the truth is that it plays really well with her kit, and you start to appreciate it more and more. You got to value this. Legends that feel good are really important versus legends that sound good. This legend feels good, and I want to just reiterate that. Now, her last and her most important ability that you guys are going to see here is her ult. Now, her ult, like you see, is she's going to throw Newt, which is her little companion, and it is going to pull you into a black hole. Now, it is essentially, if you've ever played Overwatch or any game like that, it's like Zarya ult, right? Where it's going to pull you towards the center, but it's not in that same way, because that one, you can't, in Overwatch, you die and you come back alive. This game, you can't. And so they don't want it to be too punishing, but they also want it to be good enough. And I think they found a really nice balance to it. You throw that out, and what happens is, it has nothing. It's very kind of confusing that essentially that they've got that Gibraltar defensive bombardment, because it does nothing that you would expect of like stopping that. But what it is, and what's interesting about it, is that it pulls people very closely. It will even pull Horizon. But it doesn't mean that you can't walk out of it. You can slowly walk out of it. However, if you're stuck in an arc star or something like that, you get slowed. It is not going to be possible to move out of this bad boy. It's going to be really bad. Also, if you're in a corner or you're right towards the epicenter, it's going to take you that much longer. This is really good for zoning. It's really good for setting people up. If you could use this with a defensive bombardment, that means people are not going to be able to leave in time. And it's essentially going to make grenades hit. It's going to make shots like so simple. Like I threw this at a team that was trying to escape the circle, and they had to run through this gravity orb, right? They had to run through it, and they're just getting pulled to the center. The circle's moving in on them. I'm just sitting there. They're running slow. It's just game over. There's no way to beat it. But it's not like you throw it in the middle of an open plain with many directions to go, and they will just die. So you have to get good at this. This is going to take a little bit of skill, but I think this is going to be one of those really cool ultimates that when it works, it's going to be like, oh my God, that's a clip. That's the best thing I've ever done in Apex Legends. And it was really exciting. My overall impressions of the character is that I want to main her right now. Like every game I found myself trying to play other Legends, I really wanted to keep playing Horizon because for me, I like being able to have mobility. I like having high ground mobility. I love the team setup. Oh, I love the big moments if you can capture them and do them. So I really felt like Horizon is about to give you guys that. So that was really the Horizon stuff. I want to talk about clubs as well. Because there has been one more document. Actually, EA just published this about clubs. So we're going to go into clubs. And then I will have maybe, so get your questions ready because at the end, I'm going to take like a rapid question for the last 5 minutes for people who have specific questions on things. Just to reiterate, I've played Season 7 and yeah, it's been amazing. It's been really fun. I've got over 8 hours in it already. I've got footage recorded. November 2nd, it's coming out on the channel. So make sure to hit the notification bell and put on all notifications because it may think you don't want to see the Season 7 gameplay and just not recommend it. Yeah, I know you want to see it. Everybody wants to see the Season 7 stuff. It'll be 2 days before the season starts too. So make sure to hit that bell when you guys subscribe. And thank you, everybody. If you're here, go ahead, leave a like. Leave a like, or you know what? Leave a dislike if you want, if you didn't like what I'm saying. But it really does help these videos if we can get more likes on them. And because if you guys are here just watching, they're like, oh, they don't really care about the info. If you guys like it or you dislike it, they go, wow, there's something to talk about here. He said something of value, whether it's bad or good. Let's get more people looking at this and checking this out. So your likes really do help. We're at 1969. Maybe we can get, 5,000 people watching. Maybe we can get 2,500. Maybe we can do that before the stream ends. I'd love that. All right, clubs. Let's talk a little bit about clubs. All right, we got 2,000. I like y'all. Clubs are a new social feature, and they're helping for you to squad up in battle. But more than that, this is really their answer to, oh my God, 2,135. Y'all are going crazy. This is their way to build relationships within the game. If you don't already have players, if you're a solo queue player like me, you are going to be loving clubs because this is a way for you to actually not just let me preface this by this. They notice that whenever a large majority of the games in Apex Legends are won by people who are already partied. And a lot of the finalists in those games are also by people who have already partied together, which means that people win more when they're playing with people they know. Now, that makes sense. 2,362 likes. You guys are almost at 2,500 goal, by the way. So what Apex was understanding is how do we start doing these things to where we can give players who don't have friends to play right away an ability to safely, effectively, and in a fun way find players that they know and kind of community build on their own. And that way we can get more people competing, having more wins, having more success in game, because we know, like, when you're playing with other people, that leads to much more success than when you're just solo queuing. We know that for a fact, statistically. So let's try to make that happen. Who are you playing against in Season 7? Inigo, $15, my man. Damn, thank you so much. I will tell you who I was playing against in Season 7, by the way, because that might be, just remind me of that story. 2,500 likes. Y'all are crazy right now. Look at that. Look at the rainstorm, man. We just did it. I just said, can we do it? Let's do it. Let's do 3K then. No, I want to sit here and appreciate the 2,500. I want to appreciate you guys. So again, that's why they decided to do clubs. Okay, so they were like, listen, let's give normal players, Joe Schmo, Joe Raynday, okay, a little way to make some friends and beat out Pro 1, 2, and 3 who are always in his lobby. Now, at the launch of Season 7, there's going to be a tab called Clubs. You're going to go in there, and you're going to have two options. You could find a club, or you can create a club. I will be creating a club called the Rainstorm. You will see that. And then I will also be allowing some of you to join based on, just who wants to join, first of all, and who stays good. It might just be a first come, first serve. It might just be a few spots of invite. We'll have to wait and see, but you can create this club and you'll be able to obviously create a club name. Will be Rainstorm. Our tag will be Rain, Rayn. And then we'll be able to have tags. And so you can write these tags so that players who are like looking for more casual or beginner friendly or stuff like that, all game modes, right? They'll throw these tags in there. People who want tryhards, who want to like ranked squads, who they're grinding rank this season, they just want experienced players, must have this KD. They'll put those tags in. Experienced players, mic required, right? That will be a part of the club tags that people can then search and go, oh, I want a beginner friendly. Oh, this club looks cool, the Rainstorm. Let me see if I can join. You can make them open. You can make them closed. You can make them invite only. So you can do all of that, which is pretty awesome. People use clubs to like team up in the same lobby. That is the point. The point is to definitely team up if you are in club. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, okay, let's all go into the same lobby and team up and like 6 of us from the same club. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. That'll be something they'll have to figure out. Okay. Rampart buff, green. I did not see one, but it doesn't mean it wasn't there. I played Rampart a little bit, didn't see a buff that was super significant, but I will say that doesn't mean it wasn't there. So we'll stay to it. So your name, obviously it's club name, 16 characters. Your tag is a 4-character shorthand. You could have the same one as somebody else. Logo, a sweet symbol of how awesome your club is that you will greet every time. First of all, let me ask people who are listening. Are you interested in clubs? Like, are you going to be, is this something, digitally raise your hand or type in chat? Are you looking forward to being a part of a club? Are you going to make a club? Is this like interesting to you at all, clubs? I feel like this is one of the best things that's going to come from this season. But I'm just curious how you guys are feeling. What's the idea? I know there's so many exciting things we talked about. Clubs can be a little bit more on the side of it. But I feel like this is going to be really great. We talked about the search tags. And remember, it's worth keeping in mind that your club's cross-play setting will match your own. Very interested? Yes. No. Yes. Hell yeah. Hell yes. There's a bunch of people who are saying yes. Sounds fun. Okay. You're joining the Rainstorm. I see it. I feel like I definitely got to throw it out to the members, right? I feel like anybody who's a member's got to have a little bit of an advantage potentially in jumping in for the first part of the club. So again, if you disable crossplay, you can't have anybody who has crossplay in your club unless they disable it. The clubs are bound to data center, and the owner was on the time the club was created. This way, all your club members should have a similar ping. So I'm West Coast, so if you're East Coast or you're Europe, it's going to be a little harder to play in my club because I'll be more West Coast based. So that's something to consider if you want to join. You can also make these. You'll be able to find your clubs, like I said. You'll be able to make little emblems, and it's gonna be great, man. You'll be able to see a timeline as well, where people are like, join the club, they left the club, they just placed also second in a 3-man Olympus. You'll actually be able to see like if anyone wins, like, oh, you guys just won a game at the club. That's crazy. The club will come and congratulate you. There is actually a group chat for the club when you're in the club space and not in queue for a game or not in a game, where you could be chatting with people like, yo, I saw you got second. How was the game? Cool. My teammate just got up. Oh, cool. Can I hop on with you guys? I'm trying to get a couple games in. Yeah, come in. We just we got a good little duo right here. We need one more. Boom. Easy. Finding a team, feeling comfortable. Everybody's accountable. This is going to be a really good aspect to this, man. Now, here's a cool thing. People like this. Sometimes people don't. I got a couple people doing. Hold on one sec. So one of the interesting things is there is a hierarchy. Now, for me, if I created a club, I'll be the owner. I can do everything admins can do, plus promote users up to admin and kick any members of the club. Now, admins are the junior version of the owner. They have the captain's abilities, but admins can kick grunts and captains out of the club. So anyone below them, an admin can take out. They can change the club settings. They can post an announcement. This is a very important thing. I've had a lot of people in my clan before. Just curious, is there no quest line? Excited for the season. Yo, thank you, Kelton, for the 5. Appreciate you, man. I believe there will be a quest line. I don't think we highlighted it, but I do believe there will be a quest line. I believe I got, if it was not, it probably was a comic, but I believe there is something story-related quest line this season. Yes, sir. I did not look at it, though. There was Lifeline's face on it. And that makes sense, because she's from Samathi and Olympus. So, cool. They'll view complaints filed. So, like, if someone's messing up, you guys can file complaints. Captains, they're the talent scouts. In addition to the grunts capabilities, captains can send invites. So, captains can actually invite people. And the grunt is the beginning. They can send and receive party invites from clubmates and participate in chat. So captain, they can kind of find members. Admins, they can post announcements. They can view complaints. They can kick people. Owners can do everything the admins can do. So this is really cool. I'm very, very excited about this. And also, think about this. Owners can have these little announcements. So like, hey guys, I'm filming a video today. I would love to get 3 of you guys to join me. Let me know at 10 a.m. And you guys would be like, yo, I want to be in the Raynday video. Or, yo, I definitely want to play. That sounds like a fun like challenge that he's doing. Let me hop on in. So you'll be able to see those things, which is really helps to coordinate like groups, gets people to play with, make sure that you always have games. Like it really does make a difference, guys. This is just a big deal, and I think you guys from an experience are really going to enjoy that. Also, our hope is that a club that stays together, and they're going to be doing these badges that actually allow you to see, okay, our club has gotten certain kills, we've gotten certain members. All these things that, as a club, you'll be able to achieve. So it'll be really, really fun. Last but not least, guys, there is a Season 7 Battle Pass. Obviously, they don't have it updated yet. I've seen it, but here's what I want to talk to you guys about as we go into the last, 5 minutes for questions, please. You guys can throw your questions out there, whether it's a super chat, whether it's, just something in the chat that I can see where their members doing it. So here's... The Season 7 Battle Pass looks amazing. I showed you the skins. On day 1, guys, we're going to be doing, obviously, a crazy stream. That's why, again, subscribe, notification bell. You'll see videos beforehand. The one thing that I'll show you a little bit of the Battle Pass. I'm not going to unlock it in my first videos. What I'm going to do on November 4th is we are going to stay together, and we are going to open it live as a unit of people. We are going to open it live. And we are going to see the entire Battle Pass unlocking these items if we can. Anything that's new in the store, any new Horizon outfits, we're going to be doing all that kind of stuff and trying to level it up as well. So we're going to be having a good time. It's going to be a great season. You guys definitely want to do it. Tridents, you cannot heal on a Trident from what I've seen. It's not actually something that I can confirm, though. I just haven't done it. Okay, guys, we got a couple supers I'm going to go through. If you throw it at a team, up your list, giving them the height advantage, right? Or am I wrong? How far can you throw it to? I just feel like she's terrible offensively. Yeah. So, you can throw it pretty decent. This is Horizon's Ultimate. He's asking, how far can you throw a Shadowblade? By the way, thank you for the $10, man. That's really generous. Appreciate that. How far can you throw it? Decently far. I would say like a comparison is less than a grenade, but more than a caustic barrel. So you're going to be like probably in between that, right? And not like the far end of a grenade. Probably like, I don't know, depending on your height, like 2-3 times a caustic barrel. It's not this crazy thing. She does, if you're like at even on a small building, you're gonna have to really yeet it up there to try to get even 1 or 2 stories above you. So yeah, I think offensively she's not gonna be the legend that you go in like a Wraith, right? Because her offense is more setup oriented. So it's not gonna be this thing where she just jumps in and throws her ult and everyone dies. That is not how this is gonna work, because everyone would hate this ability if that was the case. It gives them a little bit of room to manipulate her and balance her on the backside, where they buff a little bit of some things. My initial impressions was like, I would like the movement out of her gravity surge to be a little faster, so I can slide over it, kind of use it offensively to gain distance. It really seems like she's going to be more of a tactical style than a running gun. Andrew, by the way, with the 20. Yo, Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat. You were amazing. You're amazing right back, Andrew. Thanks for hanging out with me on this this lovely morning, man. Joining on the stream. It's been epic. It has been epic. Thank you so much, bro. All right, Tragic Cheese. Still wondering about how you started out. Keep up the A+ content. How I started out, Tragic Cheese with the 5. Thank you so much for that. I started out just making YouTube videos with a side job. I had a normal job. And my normal job was, gosh, I was doing sales, luxury real estate sales. I hated it. I was waking up at 5 a.m. every morning, driving an hour and a half there and back for a job I could have done at home. And it was just the worst. It was totally the worst. So what ended up happening was, I literally looked at myself. I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to quit. And I reached out to somebody who was very, very, very wealthy. And I just made up a job. I'm like, listen, hey, you know, we've been family friends. Can I just like babysit your kids for like 60% of what I'm making right now? And it was quite a bit. I was making like $3,000 a month. So I was like, can I just $2,000 a month just like hang out with your kids? She's like, sure. What, like 3 days a week? I'm like, wait, I was working 5 days a week. Yeah, 3 days a week. School's like, cool. So like you pick them up at 3 and like you're done at 6, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm like, working like 8 hours a week for $2,000. I was like, hell yeah. So I took it, and that gave me the opening to have a lot of time actually to go ahead and work on my YouTube channel. So I started making videos from there. I moved into a little apartment by myself, $800 a month. And I started moving. I made videos, and it grew from there. All right, where are we at? Oh my God, we grinding it out together on the 4th. Yo, LMD, man, thank you for the 10. Yo, if we are, let me tell you this. If we are, I want you in that club, bro. I want you in that club if you're gonna make it happen, man. You know, because I'm down. I'm down to get some grindings. You know, wait, that didn't come out. To grind the game. I mean, I'm down to get the right kind of grindings, but you know what I mean. Thanks for all the info. Could you discuss Horizon's ult? Much love from the UK. Absolutely, we could discuss Horizon's ult. No problem. Yeah, I talked a little bit about it. Horizon's ult. By the way, Shadow Morty, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. The Slayer as well. Thank you for the $2.99. There is not an Octane buff. I played Octane. I had some gameplay with him. Not a huge buff. He still has that 2 seconds after the stem. The jump pads work exactly the same. Octane's super simple kit, so I don't think they changed much on him. And we're gonna get to you Midwestern as well as Nanami, Killer Steve. Let me answer this one, Chris. So Chris, I like the ult, man. I think it's good. You just need a little bit more setup personally. Then I think people are a little worried about it. I would say try it out first, because you're not gonna ever want to be in it. So trust me, it's good. It's gonna throw you. And people who coordinate a grenade throw with the initial pull, there's a window where when it launches, you got about at least a second and a half where you can get out of it, because you could walk out of it, but you have to do it. You have to do the walking. So if someone throws a grenade, like a teammate, when you ult, or even you throw your ult and as it's traveling, you throw a grenade like an arc star, you'll probably hit them. I mean, it creates some crazy situations. I think it's going to be a little bit more exciting than you guys think, but it is definitely balanced so that it is not OP. It is intentionally balanced to not be OP, but you're gonna love it. Trust me, it's gonna be really fun to have a gravity bomb like that for sure. Do clubs have rewards? It seems like Killer Steve Bro Gaming, thank you for the 5, brother. It's gonna be rewards that are based around. The rewards are going to be based around completing tasks as a club. I don't believe it'll be rewards as in Apex packs though, but I could be wrong. I'm not quite sure. Nanami T Gaming, thank you for the 5. First, love your videos, but also, can you join multiple clubs at once? And is there a limit of players per club? Great question. And yet, no and yes. You cannot join multiple clubs at once. And yes, you can. Is Emilio in the chat? Did I just see a text about Emilio? By the way. Oh, yes. One of the things, let me just answer that question real quick. You can only join one at a time, and there is a limit of 30 players per club as of now. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't a big fan of that. I like the idea of having 100. I mean, my Smite club, it had 1,000 members. But I could see starting out slow with something like this and hopefully increasing it to 100 at some point, and then maybe seeing if it needs to get bigger than that. Personally, what they're trying to do is create an experience where 30 players who are really active, who are really committed to being with one another, and learning and growing and having that like kind of crew you can always play with, really get a cool experience with one another. But it's a little low in my opinion, 30, to be honest. It's a little low. But yeah, only one at a time, so you'd have to leave, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I think that makes sense. Who did I miss? Can you get vantage points like in the cinematic? Ooh, good question. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so there's a new mode. So guys, there's this incredible mode, Hunter, called Olympus Preview. And Olympus Preview is actually going to launch for the first 2 weeks. And it's going to launch alongside normal game mode. It's going to be like its own LTM where you can squad up or you can go in by yourself and jump into a mode where there are weapons around. So you could fire weapons, you can get thumbnails, you do whatever you want as a YouTuber. That's really cool. But there's no attacking each other. You just drive in tridents. You skydive like 3 times. You have 3 times and you can land in any area you want. You could explore the areas just like a free zone. You just freely explore Olympus with other people who are in that queue, and no one's fighting each other. Everyone's just exploring, having a good time, learning loot pass, checking out the scenery. It is really cool. I did it the other day. I'll have some footage of that as well. It's really, really fun, and I think you guys are going to love it, especially if you just want to chill out, drive a trident, you know, practice some, you know, some spots or some in-game circles, whatever it is. This is going to be an incredible thing. It's called Olympus Preview. It is going to be a new LTM style mode that basically is a non-violent way to just get in and explore Olympus over the course of 3 successive rounds where you deploy 3 times and can land and really just check out the map. It's going to be really, really fun. So yeah, you'll be able through that, Hunter, to get some vantage points like the cinematic. You ever play Smite anymore? I don't play too much. I played probably two months ago, DJ. Thank you for the 5, man. I know I kind of miss it sometimes, but it just doesn't really fit with my life right now. I'm sure there'll be a time I go back, and especially like offline when I really just want to game away from Apex. Smite's really fun, and I have a few friends who've been into it. So, you know, maybe there'll be a time. Maybe we'll do a Smite stream, you know, a revisiting Smite stream. Maybe, you know, who knows, man. Do you play Smite anymore? I'm curious. All right, so what's going to be Horizon's class? You're going to be an offensive, defensive, or recon? That's a great question, Morgan. I feel like she's going to be a support. I feel like she's going to be in more of like the lifeline side of things. I don't think she'll be recon. She's definitely going to be defense or support. As I think she's going to, all of her abilities kind of like aren't directly powerful, but are really powerful when used or utilized by either her or other people. And I think that is kind of where I would probably find her. It doesn't look like she's an information gatherer. Her gravity surge could be defensive, but you can't use it anywhere near you. So I wouldn't say that's the case. She's not really offensive either. Well, maybe you could make a case for her being offensive. I don't know. That's a good question. All right, Leo Mighty Mouse. Hope you and everyone are having a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of season 6. So ready for season 7. Can't wait to join the Rain 7. Yo, Leo Mighty Mouse, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Is that a little baby in the? Is that your little one in the profile picture, man? That's cute. Sending love, man, to the fam for sure. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I appreciate you. Wait, so what are some buffs? Any good ones? Okay. All right. Listen, buddy. That's a great question. Thank you so much for the 2, Shadowblade. There's some great buffs. I've talked a little bit about a lot of the buffs, and just to give you guys this wrap-up conversation. By the way, 3,000 likes. You guys are amazing. What we have seen is weapons have gotten a few buffs. The RE45 and the Wingman have a new hop-up. I believe that we've seen some value come through for the Sentinel with a buff, getting a damage buff when you use 2 shield cells now, going from 70 to 88 damage on a charge shot, and also going from 140 to 176 on a headshot with a charged Sentinel. And then, of course, you have Horizon coming in. I think the L-Star might have gotten a little bit of love. Horizon's a new legend. Everything about her is going to be really exciting. The Tridents are really cool. You can combine all of these different aspects of people's kits with them. Gibraltar Dome Shield, Rampart Sheila, Octane Caustic Barrels. I believe you can put a Watson Interception Pylon on there as well. There's just a lot of things you could do on the exact vehicle that all combine with the legends. Pathfinder can grapple to it, and instead of having to press like enter, like if he grapples onto the vehicle, he'll just automatically enter. It'll count as him entering the vehicle, so you can get some quick escapes, some really sick plays. Your teammate runs by, you grapple the vehicle, you just get on, no problem. There's amazingly, you know, really cool dynamics going on for sure. I don't know, my question went through. I'll try again, L. Anyways, do you feel the size of the map really limits third parties the way Respawn was hoping. Yes, I believe Miss Midwestern, you're going to still get third parties. That's like any battle royale, but I honestly believe that it's going to limit it quite a bit. I think you're really going to see that people do their own thing. Thank you so much for the 5. Sorry if I missed it before. Can you die if you get hit by the trident? No, the trident cannot run over and kill you. And I'll talk about that. Andrew, thank you for the 20 bomb, man. Great content. Keep it up. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the love. You've been throwing a lot of love my way this stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Supporting the storm. And again, Wavy God, thank you for the 5, man. Yep, can't get hit by the trident. Kind of cool. A little sad because, I mean, some people wanted those moments, but I think it's kind of fun that, you know, the trident's just a vehicle. It's just for movement. How about 10 clubs per player, 100 players for general public created clubs, then let content creators have created clubs with ability control. Race Rat 66, I like that idea. I think 10 clubs per player is too much for what they're trying to do. I don't think it's too much in general for me, but I think for what they're trying to do, it's a little too much. But I do love the idea of having 100 players for clubs. I think that's the better number, and I agree with you completely. DJ, I don't play Smite much these days either. Really busy with life and managing my Overwatch team, playing Apex and other games in between. Well, dude, man, life and managing a team, plus even playing games, bro. You're talking to every gamer right now. You just hit us in the heartstrings. I mean, that's what we all have to do: manage life, manage family, manage relationships, manage games, manage gaming on our own. You know, I'd say that I probably gave up gaming on my own for more of the intentional content to create for you guys, and that's totally cool. I'm about it. I love that. I think I have a goal. I think, you know, at a certain point, when you grow and when we all grow enough as a community, you know, you see the stream numbers, the viewership numbers, the support. It's pretty legendary, man. I hope you guys are sticking around here, not just for the clubs, but for the channel. You know, leaving your likes, joining members, and you know, just subscribing so that you guys stay tuned. You hitting that bell so you truly get my notifications, so you know when I'm on, you know what I'm doing, and you know, I think when you do that, then you can have freedom, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to build, where you have that freedom to be able to play whatever you want, right? All right, guys, looks like any audio fixes in season 6. Yeah, one of the things that season 6 has done is they've actually really created an incredible amount of not necessarily audio specific fixes. You'll have to test that yourself. I did notice footsteps are very noticeable, good and bad, because I was noticing my teammates' footsteps quite a bit. I was also noticing enemies quite a bit, and it was sometimes hard to tell, but footsteps were like, damn, there's some footsteps going on. I hear some footsteps. I felt like I was, you know, they were in my room. Like, they were really good, but there's been a lot of optimizations. They've actually currently gone very hard into optimizing season 7. It's a huge task. The map is, somebody was asking me, is the map bigger, I believe, than World's Edge? I believe that is something that showed up, or like the size of the map. By the way, it's not Milo. Thank you for the 199, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 2 on the super. But stay, Jenks, you, Rich, Sweet, so many clubs. Oh, Race, I know, man. I know, brother. I know. Okay, that was the size of the map that I didn't get. So I'm sorry, Midwestern. I will again answer. I tried to answer that back, now realizing I had put it to the side. So the way clubs are going to work is, I think it's going to be really good, and it's just going to be about what you guys want to do. You know, we're going to have crossplay enabled. There's only going to be 30 per club. Like, honestly, it's not even going to be like, which one do I want to go to? It's going to be more like, which one probably can I get into, because you're only going to have 30, you know? And so it's probably going to fill up fast, especially for the guys you listed as well. Satchmo, you know I got a spot for you, bro. Satchmo's been supporting for a minute, so you know you got to give Satchmo the spot in the rainstorm right away. Yo, Andrew, man, look at this. Right out the gate, the huge donuts today, as well as a new member. Welcome to the storm, Andrew. You get the badge, the emotes, and of course the green badge of royalty in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting, brother. Yeah, the R99 skin is looking sick. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's like, it's never gonna be a bad thing, you know, having too many clubs. Yo, Mari BTS, it's not Milo. Thank you so much for the donos. What if you stem in Horizon's ult? If you stem in Horizon's ult, you should probably remove the slow effects, I would imagine. But it's not necessarily a slow effect, it's a pull. Maybe it's a slow effect within the radius. It would just be depending on how it's coded. Well, I think I miss it. What are the buffs again? Oh, Shadow Blade. $2. Thank you so much, man, again for the super. What I would say, Shadow Blade, is what's great about YouTube. Twitch is doing it a little bit, but what's great about YouTube is you could literally just scrub backwards and you could see everything I've ever said in this stream, which is what makes it really fun and I think valuable. You know, as a platform, man. You know, you guys don't have to freaking miss it. You know, my goodness, we got LMD Blitz as well, who's been showing love over the course of the stream. So let me go ahead and give you the Raynday. Welcome to the Rainstorm. You get the badge, the emotes, and the green badge of royalty in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting, man. Let's get some love to LMD Blitz joining the storm. About time, man. About time. Damn. I'm just playing. I'm playing. Can you grapple out of Horizon's Ultimate? Yes. Legend buffs. Don't look to be too many, except the ones that were really on display the other day were Loba. Loba has some significant buffs. It looks like she's going to get near infinite ammo capabilities from her ultimate. Seems like ammo won't be an issue, let's put it that way, when you're playing as Loba. And so that's something that she's getting as an intended buff. Do I remember Paladins? Oh, yeah, I remember Paladins. Does the Trident have a jump or boost? It does not have a jump. It does have a boost. The Trident has a boost that will actually rocket you into the next location, and it is a cooldown boost. So it'll be great for going off ramps, quickly escaping engagements, or quickly tracking down enemies. To an earlier question that was asked with a lovely super chat about the map from Midwestern, which is actually part of the Trident, is that third parties are simultaneously going to be easier to avoid and harder to avoid because of the fact that you have Tridents. Tridents will, and I think the map in general is going to be so much bigger that it's just without a Trident, you won't be able to escape someone who's on a Trident who's basically trying to third party or come into the engagement. But if you don't have a Trident and you're like a team that's trying to third party, you just got to get lucky that someone's near you. You can't like hear shots around the corner and be running there. It's just going to take forever. It's a big map. So Tridents simultaneously give you the ways to rotate out and avoid third parties, to stay on your own zone, to like move into a place where you feel like you're not having to worry. You can take a solo fight. But they also give teams the ability who are really aggressive to hop into a Trident, roll up to you, get out, and, you know, get the fight going. We've done that a couple times. I'm not going to lie. I won a game yesterday where we took a Trident, you know, and we basically just waited for them to fight, and we just jumped out the Trident. And, yeah, I mean, you know, we had sometimes you have to do it, guys. Sometimes you have to get there. Will there be quests? It looks like there will be quests. Yes. There are also treasure packs again. So it does seem like there will be quests. Yes, Nithil, I would love the Discord to happen, but I just don't know if I'll get it done in time for the start of season 7. But maybe we'll figure that out during the clubs. A lot of the things that happen is that when I game and I play online, like I don't, you know, I have a lot going on. Mirage did not look like he got a buff, but I only played one game with him, so I can't tell, and I died pretty quickly. Tevin, I know somebody asked me, can you heal? I've never healed on a Trident. I've never healed on a Trident. Yes, I see Andrew with the emotes, baby. Skydive emotes, they're still there. Yep. There is no supply ship or vaults. No heirlooms so far. Trident is a third person driving experience. Third person. When you are on the side of the Trident, it is first person. Horizon's tactical is the exact same as the gravity lift. True Codex. Thank you for the super chat, brother. You are correct. Ground emotes, not yet. You're in third person while driving. Much love. Me and my 3-month-old always come to watch your streams. We enjoy it, and he even loves to watch me and my husband play Apex. #GamerFam. Now, you know what? Mari, I think it's Mari, but maybe it's Marie. But either way, that is some awesome stuff. I love a family that games together. They stay together. Gaming is about pure joy. It's about entertainment. It's nothing but fun. And when your family gets around things like that usually have a pretty fun family. So I appreciate you guys. It reminds me a lot of my own and my dad always playing games with me. So thank you for the support and send the love to the 3-year-old, right? Oh my God, 3 months? Oh my goodness. What's up, buddy? What's up, little guy? That map looks Egob Martin. What do you mean by that? I don't know that word. I don't know that word. Max player level increase. Looks like it's still 500. Okay, so far, I don't know if you can customize the trident. But it seems like it's possible that that could come in the future. Horizon Black Hole does not do damage, no. The hop-up is for the RE45, and it is for the... the hop-up is for the RE45, and it is for the Wingman, and it increases your aim down sight speed, it increases your swap speed, and it reduces your hip fire recoil. The Skull Piercer is also there, so the Wingman now has 2 choices for a hop-up. And the way I would describe it is if you want to run a Wingman as a sidearm, you would probably want the second hop-up, the one I don't know the name of, for the RE45. It's like ground... I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called. I don't know why. And then if you want to run a Wingman as your main and you want just heavy-hitting, big-time Wingman shots, that's what you're running. The swap is less important to you. I would probably say running the Skull Piercer is going to be the play. Didn't look like a Bloodhound buff. Nope, not yet. 30 players per club. Yep. Club nicknames, I believe, will show up in-game as a tag. Yes, I do believe it will. Horizon's Black Hole does not do damage. Quick draw. I don't know if it's called Quick Draw. Cruisin', is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. It could very well be called Quick Draw. I don't remember too well. Is there a loot between POIs? How's loot density and POIs? More like Artillery and KC or something like Skyhook and World's Edge? Great question there, Race Rat. Appreciate you and the 5 again, man. So it's more like loot density is really good in the areas where you're looting. The areas that have probably the least amount of loot are these areas. Like the biggest spaces between loot. It's going to be like this area right here. You know, there's going to be no loot really here or here or here. You know, there's going to be not a lot of loot like in these huge, and this is big. This is a big space. So it's like you're going to be running and there's not a lot of loot. You go in here, there's a ton of loot. But over here is also a very big space. You can see it's actually like an open, this is literally just open land. Very much like where you would see at Airbase. There's just like no loot there. But then the second you get in here, there's not a lot of loot here, but there's ton of loot here. So you really, loot is very POI focused. But even though these are POIs that are like impactful in the map, you know, whether you're at Cannon, whether you're at, you know, Hydroponics, whether you're at Bonsai Plaza, whether you're, you know, at Rift, there are going to be spaces because the map is so big. There will be spaces where loot isn't available, but the density is still really good when the loot is there. In my experience, my initial feedback was that there's sometimes places where I don't get too much loot, and I do feel like that has been adjusted, and I do feel like they've done a really good job of it. So loot was not really an issue for me, especially because if you don't get loot right away, because the map's so big, you can land, grab a trident, and get out there. The issue is when you land that's not a POI. You try to land at like a little thing like this, which is essentially... I believe this is the area. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. But like this is like, you know, maybe enough for like one person to fully gear up. 1.5 people. But if you land as a squad of 3, and then you have to take a trident to like Cannon, or you have to take a trident to like Rift to really get like some real loot, that's where you're going to get into trouble. You can't expect these smaller POIs to you know, like pretty much any situation here to really get you where you want to be. Crafting stations are still very much around, and they're really, really cool. Select fire hop up. Ooh, good question. I don't know. I did not check. Havoc could have gotten a select fire buff. I didn't check. Ooh. I'll tell you what, though. The Havoc turbocharger slaps. Oh, boy. That thing slaps, guys. All right. This season is hype, man. This is the biggest map they've ever made. Pretty sure. I don't know if they're saying that, but it feels that way. And a map that feels and plays big is a fun map for me. Pathfinder seems like he's pretty much exactly the same as before. I don't think he's got a significant buff. The Prowler is such a sick gun. It is in the care package, and honestly, I didn't get an actual game with it, but I have some footage of it showing it off, and so I'm very, very excited. I think Loba's got a buff, but I think other legends are going to get some tweaks. I don't exactly know what they are. They're not tweaks that are obviously widely exposed right now because we did not get patch notes, and we also, a lot of us played Horizon quite a bit, and the other players, you know, played Wraith. I don't think there were a lot of people just new trying to get content that were like grabbing Bangalore or like, you know, Octane or Cost. Like they were grabbing the new character and then some secondary character if they couldn't play the new character. And so it means that info is going to be released when patch notes comes out for the specifics. But let me tell you this, there's nothing noticeable that any of the legends do that's just this like, oh, wow, like you've changed, like Octane can jump 20 times now, or like his stem is 100%, you know, there's nothing like that. So you guys don't have to worry. No Anvil receiver. It's the quick draw or whatever the hop up is called, and you've got the skull piercer as well. I do still think the select fire may be in there. It's possible. If it's not in there, there's definitely still the double tap, and there's no disruptor rounds. No sir. PK still in the care package. Prowler, PK, Kraber, R99 back on the ground. Crypto can probably drone while riding the Trident, I would say. But, you know, it's tough because his drone's not as fast as it, so he may get out of distance. But he could probably do it. There are a pretty decent amount of crafting. Yeah. From my experience, Quick Draw Wingman is probably where I'm going to rock. Just because it helps not just your weapon, but it helps the other weapon. So if you're quick drawing or you're quick swapping to the other weapon that you're playing. I don't usually run Wingman as my only weapon. So for me, having increased ADS speed, having increased swap speed to the other weapon that would probably be my primary, or from my primary to my Wingman, is going to be more important to me. Now, if someone's running Wingman first and then a secondary, that's not where I'm at. So like if I'm running R99 Wingman, the faster I get to that Wingman is more of an advantage for me than me hitting that headshot. So that's where I would go for it. Look at the devs Twitter. I think it was someone's reply to McCord's tweet yesterday on Season 7. Reveals some legend details. Jason McCord, legend details on Twitter. Why am I tagged in a post right now? All right, let's see Jason McCord. I don't know what he's written yet. I see people are talking. Let me look at his tweets and replies. Let's see what he has to say. Guys, trailer so epic. Yeah, pretty much that. What is this? No. Nope. I don't know. Anyways, this is huge, guys. This is pretty massive stuff going on. By the way, there was a super chat. Look at the devs Twitter. Oh yeah, right. You said that. Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry, Race. Raynay's an inspiration, man. Guys, I think it's almost time to call it there, right? I think we've had an incredible stream, an incredible video. You guys have showed up in spades. This is one of the best streams I think I've ever had. I think we've stayed at the most concurrence for the longest. I think you guys have joined at you know, in crazier and crazier numbers. And I think now if I keep staying on, we're just gonna, you know, go into a lull. So I want to kind of call it here on a good note, on a hype note, and give big big shout outs. I don't know. Does anyone need to go to the bathroom? Maybe somebody needs that too. Maybe somebody needs what I originally said. Big shout outs to all you guys who have supported and helped throughout this stream. who has supported and helped throughout the stream. Honestly, it's been amazing. I've really, this has been one of my favorite streams I've had so far, especially on YouTube. I cannot wait to explore season 7 with you all. I will be doing a few videos, most likely over the weekend. Maybe one video over the weekend. It is Halloween, so have fun, stay safe. But then also over Monday, I will be doing the Play Apex competitive trailer. You guys will be able to see me, sorry, not trailer, game. You guys will be able to see me casting, so make sure to tune into that. It's at Play Apex on YouTube, Play Apex Compete, and also twitch.tv/PlayApex. I'll be casting that. If you guys want to see the last pros, kind of duke it out, learn some high level knowledge. Then on Tuesday, that's the day. So right now, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't just hit the bell, turn on all notifications, because on Tuesday, let me tell you the time, because this is important. Let me tell you the timing, because the time is at 10 a.m. Pacific. Mark your calendars. 10 a.m. Pacific. Raynday Gaming. Notification bell on. You guys will be seeing weapon discussion, season 7. Detailed map walkthrough and overview. The most detailed I've done since season 1. So if you want to know where to land and what to do and what the loot's like, keep it locked. You'll be seeing my first gameplay and win with Horizon and what that looks like on the Tridents as well, and the new buffs to the RA-45. You guys will be seeing some of the new legend conversations, right? And so much more. Season 7 is nuts. It's just a blast. And I'm going to be putting these videos together for you because the embargo lifts. So for 2 days straight, starting at 10 a.m., you guys are going to be seeing content after content after content showcasing the new season. And on the start of the new season, when it launches, we're going to go for our biggest live stream ever, Season 7 live stream, unlocking the Battle Pass right away, checking out the store, checking out the new legend, and playing our first games live with you guys in the chat, watching, chatting, having fun, telling me to do crazy stuff, playing Trident. So all of that next week, gonna be wild. Might be the craziest week on the channel we've had in a long time. So I appreciate you. I love you guys. Make sure you've dotted your I's, crossed your T's, and everything like that. And as always, my friends, never give up, never stop gaming, and I will